Good morning, everyone. Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. I'm jumping on this morning because I have some super awesome Stamping Up news. So I've been at a Leaders Summit seminar all weekend with Stamping Up, and I'm so super buzzed for what's coming in the new Stamping Up year for us Stamping Up demonstrators. But I also wanted to let you know that we actually have an awesome special coming up at the moment when it comes to joining Stampin' Up. And so what I wanted to do was do a video this morning about what the special is going to be. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer any questions you may have. So good morning, Janet. How are you going? So when you jump on, as usual, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. It's really awesome to be able to chat with you all. And I also want to craft with you this morning. So I want to show you some of the things that you can get in your starter kit. And I also want to show you, have a bit of a crafting session with some of the things that you're going to get. So how are you going, Janet? I'm glad you've joined. This is just a pop-up live on YouTube. I didn't actually have it planned. I just was here and I was in my work and I was doing a little bit of work and I thought, you know what? I'm going to pop on live and do a bit of crafting with people and have a great time. So, okay. So please feel free when you jump on to share back onto your social media. So share back onto your Facebook site, your timeline, so that other people can get in on the crafting as well. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Rose. So what I decided to do this morning is just actually show you what the Stampin' Up special is going to be. And hang on, and I'll get that from my printer. What the Stampin' Up special is going to be and have a bit of a chat about it. So one of the things is I joined Stampin' Up 4 years ago. And what Stampin' Up has done for me has been unbelievable. I never dreamt that I was going to do what I do with Stamping Up. You were online and got the notification, Janet. Well, I'm glad. Rose is here and she's saying she hasn't talked for a while. So if you don't know, Stamper's Delight is my friend Rose Ward in New York. So what I wanted to do is have a chat with you about the starter kit, have a chat with you what it's like to be with, to join Stampin' Up and what you can get out of joining Stampin' Up. So I joined Stampin' Up 4 years ago. And once again, I joined Stamping Up just to get the discount. Like everybody else, I wanted to be a happy shopper. I wanted to get 20% discount. It was as simple as that. I was a card maker. I wanted to get discount on my products that I'd purchased. And I thought, what better way but to join and get the discount? I wasn't interested in running it as a business. And I definitely wasn't interested in recruiting and building a team. So, and I think you will find that when you listen to most people's Stamping Up story, most people have a similar story. Most people say they joined just to get the discount. They joined because they loved crafting products and they loved our Stampin' Up products and they wanted to be able to purchase their products a little bit cheaper. And that's actually what it's all about, joining. It's actually not about having to run it as a business, and it's not about actually having to hold parties or do anything like that. It's nearly midnight for you, Lynn. Hello, how are you? Hey, Tony, how are you going? Where are you watching from, Tony? Hey, Golf and Mary. Hey, Maureen, thanks for joining. Hey, Priscilla, how are you going from Hawaii? So what I wanted to do is chat with you a little bit about what you can get out of Stamping Up and at what different levels that you can get something out of Stamping Up. So the majority of my team are actually people that just want a discount. So it's no different to going to your local dress store and for them saying you are a loyal shopper here. We want to give you a discount. We want to give you a loyalty discount. So that to me is what joining Stampin' Up is about, getting a discount, but also being a part of a crafting community. And that is the thing that I think overrides absolutely everything else. If you're a crafty person and you love talking to other crafty crafty people and you love sharing ideas with other crafty people, then you need to be a part of my awesome Wild Heart Crafters group. I can tell you, we have some super, super fun in our group, and we are all over Australia. Oh, you're from the Gold Coast. I hope the weather looks like it's going to be very, very nice up there, especially this week, Tony. I think we're going to get some really good warm weather. It's feeling like winter's starting to get a little bit behind us. So what I wanted to do is chat with you about being a part of a crafting community and what it's like, and being a part of my Wild Heart Crafters group. Now, being a part of my Wild Heart Crafters group, we have a team page that is on Facebook, and that everyone gets invited to that team page. As soon as you join my team, you get invited to that page. Now, in that page, what goes on is amazing. I'm just telling you. The talent of people that are in my group, and it's all levels of crafters. I can tell you there is so many people that are brand new to crafting that have actually joined my team. And the reason that the benefit of joining my team is that we help you and we guide you and we teach you how to craft. So if you're brand new to crafting, don't think that you can't join Stampin' Up because I'm brand new to crafting. That is the perfect time to join Stampin' Up, because you may need to build up some of your crafting supplies and of course get them at a discount. So why not? So I'm just going to flip you down onto my desk now, and I'm going to show you, we have an awesome special. Our starter kit is always a good special, but every now and then Stampin' Up sweeten the deal. So starting tomorrow, so we've got 24 hours, well, not even 24 hours, but starting tomorrow, we have this Get and Go starter kit promotion. Now, I just want to explain to you why Stampin' Up have done this and how it can fit into all different types of ways of joining. So if you're somebody that is brand new to crafting and you were thinking about joining and getting a discount, what you would actually get is the normal starter kit, which you choose $235 worth of product and you only pay $169. That starter kit is always available. All year round, that starter kit is always available. But the extra perks that you get sometimes when they have a joining offer is totally different. You actually get to choose that, but you get extras on top. So of course, we all love it when we have a joining special. So in September, there is extras, and I'm going to show you exactly what the extras are. So it's called the Get and Go starter kit promotion. So that actually is a thing that they've designed, a kit to make 16 cards. Yep, you heard that right. 16 cards, a pre-cut card kit to make 16 cards, which is fantastic. And the cardstock is Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, and Whisper White. So you're going to get absolutely everything in your kit ready to make the 16 cards. You're also going to get So Much Love stamp set and Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. These two stamp sets you're going to get for free. So you don't only choose $235 worth of product, you also get these two stamp sets for free. Plus you get the card kit pack. So the card kit pack would look a little bit different to what I've got here. I've just pulled out the cardstock just to show you the colors that will be in it. And you will also get a pack of our beautiful rhinestone embellishments. So it's a great time to join because you get all of that for free, okay, on top of your $235 worth of product. So what they've designed the Get and Go kit for is that if you wanted to join and you're a brand new crafter, you have card kits, you have pre-designed cards already done, and there's videos of the pre-designed cards to show you step by step how to do the cards. But also I will give you a private lesson of how to use your products as well. So if you decided to join my team, I will help you. I will guide you. So not only will you be able to make the 16 cards that Stampin' Up have designed, I will actually help you out with some inspiration and show you some different designs. You can actually watch this video back later on after you purchase your starter kit, because I'm going to make some cards with the two stamp sets today. So they've more or less done that as a promotion that if you wanted to get started straight away, you'll have everything that you need at your fingertips in your starter kit. You will purchase some of the inks and you'll be right to go. You'll be able to get stamping as soon as your starter kit arrives. You will be able to get stamping straight away. So the other thing that they've designed it for too is, on the other hand, if you decided that you wanted to join Stampin' Up for a business, if you decided that you are sick of going to the office 9 to 5 every day and you wanted to work your own hours and you wanted to be your own boss and you wanted to run your own business, and it does take time and it does take commitment, but it is quite possible to have crafting as your full-time job. So if you wanted to do that, this Get and Go promotion, starter kit promotion, is super, super superb for that, because it actually sets you up to hold your first event. So it sets you up to hold your first event. You've got 16 cards that you're going to make. You could either invite 4 people and get them to come over and craft, and they can make 4 cards each, or you can invite 8 people and they can make 2 cards each. So depending on what size your friends are, you can get your friends together in a group and you can hold your first event. But even if you wanted to do it just as a person that wanted a discount, you can still get your friends together and stamp. You will have enough product to be able to do that. So, so what I wanted to show you is the stamp sets in detail, because it's a little bit hard from that pamphlet to see. So the So Much Love is a great stamp set. So with this stamp set, it's a lined image stamp set, so it lends to coloring. So we all know how to color. We were children in school that we all knew how to color. Our Stampin' Up blends also will show you exactly how to color and will make coloring really, really easy. And this stamp set is perfect for it. So you've not only got the lined images of the gorgeous flowers, you also have the beautiful sentiments to get you going, and you'll have your card kit pack to actually make your cards with that stamp set. So that one's called So Much Love, and it's a beautiful stamp set. We also then have the Queen Anne's lace. So I think it's great. I think they've actually targeted very different age brackets here as well with the type of crafting that you do. But the Queen Anne's lace is something that will be able to step your stamping up. It's a 2-stage stamp. So that means that you can stamp just the lined image, but this stamp here actually shows you how to be able to stamp over the top of that image and color that image. So I'm going to show you how we can do that today in our crafting. Plus, you're going to get a pack of our Rhinestone basic jewels, and they're adhesive backed, so they're ready to go to be able to stick onto your project. So you may want to add, the only thing that you'll need to add is some ink pads. So my suggestion for ink pads is to actually purchase an ink pad family. Now, I'm just going to grab a catalogue to show you where you can see the ink pad families. Now, in your starter kit, you get to choose anything that you want in your starter kit. So it's up to you what you want to choose to pop into your starter kit. You don't actually have to have, it's not a pre-designed kit. You actually can, you can choose exactly what you want to put in your starter kit yourself. It's totally up to you. If it's current product, you will be able to put it in your starter kit. So my suggestion would be, if you are brand new to crafting, I would probably go to the back of the catalog. Now, if you are brand new to crafting and you don't have one of these catalogs, please email me. You can always email me on bejeweled01@gmail.com. Please email me your name and your address, and I would be happy to pop this catalog as well as our holiday catalog or our mini catalog, which I don't have one of them on my desk right at the moment as well, but I will post them in a satchel straight out to you as soon as possible. So if you're interested and you're watching this video, please email me there and I will send the catalogs out to you. You can also see everything that we have online at my online store, so donnagray.stampinup.net, and if you type in that into a Google search, that gets you to my website. So that gets you to be able to access my online store, to be able to access how to join. And it also, my phone number, if you wanted to ring me and talk to me about joining, I would be happy to answer the questions for you. So in the back of our catalog is where we have all of our colors. So here's our colors. Okay, so you can see we have a broad range of colors in our collection. Now, my suggestion to people when they're first getting started is to pick a color pad, ink pad family. So I always suggest the brights because you've got some beautiful bright colors and you're able to stamp off and get a lighter color. So if you go for the brights, you're going to get more than just the brights in that color. You're going to be able to get the brights stamped off at half strength or 3/4 strength, because then you will actually, half strength, then you will actually get a lighter version. So my suggestion would be able to go for like an ink pad family. Now, to find the ink pad families, they are over here. So just down here on page 144, in your catalog, you can see here. So it says classic Stampin' Pad bundles, and there are 117, and you get 10 ink pads in the brights, the subtles, or the neutrals, and the regals. We have 4 color families, so you'll get them for $117. So straight away, you're going to have 10 ink pads ready to go, and you're going to have Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, and Coastal Cabana, all in that ink pad family. So my suggestion would be to pop that into your starter kit. So $117. So our ink pads are normally $13 to buy. So for $117, and there's 10 in, so it would normally be $130 for the 10 ink pads. So you're more or less nearly getting 1 and a bit ink pads for free. So actually, no, 1 ink pad for free. So that's a pretty awesome deal. So that's where you find those, in case you're wondering. All right, so let's actually get to crafting with this. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start with this one here. And so I've brought out the color that you're going to get in your kit. Now I've got the ink pads that I think, as I said, if you purchase the Brights bundle, you will get all of these ink pads in the Bright bundle, and just a Memento black ink, because you always can do with a Memento black ink. So I'm actually going to start with, I think, a Coastal Cabana base. Now, I cut my card bases at 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. I'm not actually sure the measurements that your card bases will be. I think it actually does have it, what they're going to be, but they'll be a half sheet of cardstock. So they will actually differ a little bit from my measurements, because my measurements are my own unique measurements that I like to use, because it makes it easy to do my layers on top. So one of the first things I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mount up this stamp set. So if you're brand new to crafting, you will actually have to mount your, this is a red rubber stamp. So these are what we call our cling stamps, and you get this sticker sheet that goes with it. So what you actually do is you pull off that backing there, and you will see that it reveals the sticker. Now, this is how I do it. You can do it however you want, however you think it's going to work personally. Now, on the back of our red rubber stamp, so they're all die cut out, so they're easy to push out of that holder. And then there's a backing paper that's on the back of your stamp. So you're just going to peel that backing paper off, and then you're going to get right above it, and you're going to line up that stamp right above the sticker. Now, be sure that you've got it right above before you actually place it down, because you get one go at that, okay? And then you press it down, and when you peel it off, you'll have the sticker on the back, okay? So I'm going to mount that one up onto a block. Actually, I might grab this block, I think, that one there. Okay, so in your starter kit, if you're brand new, you may want to pop some of the blocks into your starter kit. Now, the main block that I use mostly is this one here, which is block D. So if you want to write that down, block D might be a definite one to get. This one here is a bigger block, and that one is block L, I think, or is it I? Hang on, I need to look at that. It could be the letter I. It's just a stroke, and I'm like, L, I, what would it be? Okay, it's I. All right, so that's block letter I. So that one and that one. And I can tell you that that will probably suit you. There is another square block, this one here, and that is block number E, and that's probably going to be good for that one there. So, so those 3 blocks would probably be the things that I would pop into my starter kit as well. But anyway, so I'm going to, with this card base, I'm going to grab, this is Coastal Cabana card base. I'm going to grab Coastal Cabana ink. And I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper just to put underneath and to protect my work surface. Now, you don't need to have a pierce mat to stamp with this stamp because it's a red rubber one and it's already got the cushioning in behind. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to randomly, with my Coastal Cabana, randomly stamp this flower in behind here on my card base. Okay, so it's tone on tone coloring. Just randomly stamping it in behind onto that card base. Okay, so just like that. So straight away, so Doris is saying that my my base card size also allows you to get 3 cards from a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So thanks for that, Doris. That's a really great tip. All right. So now, hello, Elena. How are you? Hello, Cindy from Texas. How are you going? Hey, Christine. How are you going? All right. So I've done that. Then I'm actually going to cut a really a smaller piece of this. Now I'll grab my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut probably a 2.5 inch by 4 inch piece. So I'm going to do 2.5 inches by 4 inches. Okay. And I'm now going to grab a stamp out of the Queen Anne's lace stamp, and I'm going to stamp on this Bermuda Bay piece. So I'm going to grab this. Now, these are our photopolymer stamps. So with our photopolymer stamps, I'm going to use a pierce mat behind. So the reason that I'm going to use a pierce mat behind is because I don't have that sponge backing that I would normally have in behind our red rubber. So can you see that? It has that sponge backing and that little bit of a give. So because we have this one here, it doesn't have that. It's what we call our photopolymer stamps. And the beauty of the photopolymer stamps is you can see right through them. You can see exactly where you're stamping, which is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to mount that one onto my block. All right. So on this one, I'm still going to bring in my scrap piece of paper. I'm going to stamp in my Memento black. So we're going to ink up our stamp. So when I've got a larger stamp, I do tend to bring my ink pad to my stamp, like on top like this, rather than trying to get a large block, like stamping down into the ink pad. So then I'm actually going to stamp that just on there in black. Okay, so just like that. All right, now my black Memento ink pad is very, very inky, so I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit. And then I'm going to grab this other second stage stamp, and I'm actually going to mount that onto my block. I'm probably going to mount it onto this one here because it will fit. Okay. So I've mounted it onto my block, and you're going to see that I'm going to be able to see through here, and I forgot the pierce mat after all that. So we'll put the pierce mat under. Just imagine that I had the pierce mat under there. Just after telling you don't forget the pierce mat, I forgot the pierce mat, but that's okay. Hey, Chris. Hey, Bonnie. How you going? Okay, so now I'm going to ink up this stamp as well with my Bermuda Bay. So it's the same color as the cardstock that I have under here, but I'm going to ink it up. And then I'm just going to get myself over the top, and it doesn't matter if you don't line this up perfectly, but you get yourself over the top of the image and you can see through your stamp. You can see where you're stamping, and I can't see because I'm not totally over it, but I'm going to stamp that down over the top of that image. And instantly you can see you've colored your flowers. So that's super, super cute. So I'm going to be able to pop that onto my card. Now, I'm also going to take some of our beautiful Daffodil Delight because it's a lovely color, and I'm going to grab a sentiment. Now, which sentiment do I want to use? That one says best wishes, hello, my friend. This one says here for you, made my day. I'm going to say best wishes. I think that's a great sentiment to have. It can be for absolutely anything. All right, so I'm just going to, and I'm just trying to use the same amount of blocks that I've suggested so you can see what you can do. I have many blocks in my drawer because I like to be able to not have to change the blocks, not have to pull the stamps off and put them back on. I like to be able to just grab another block. So, but that's okay. I'm going to use this. Now, one of the things is if you've got a large stamp that, a small stamp and you've got a large block, just pop it up in the corner, just like that, so that then you're only going to have to ink up that little piece there. So I'm going to, just with my best wishes, actually, no, I'm going to do it with black Memento ink. So I'm just going to open up my Memento ink pad, and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap to get a good inking on there. I'm also going to bring in my PS mat to make sure that I get a really good stamped image. And I'm just going to, I'm going to go down to the bottom part of that. I'm just going to stamp that down the bottom on that Daffodil Delight. So best wishes. Okay, now one of the tips too, make sure you put your ink pads, the lids on them so you don't get ink everywhere. All right, now I would normally bring in my baby trimmer, but do you think I know where my baby trimmer is at the moment? No, not at all. So I'm just going to use my normal bigger trimmer. So I'm just going to take it probably over to, yeah, about there. And I'm just going to cut a strip. So just like that. All right, pop that out of the way. And I'm then going to, with my scissors, I'm then going to trim just the end off like so. Okay. All right. So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mount these up. Now, we have dimensionals, which are great. We can pop things up with our dimensionals. So I'm just going to turn that one over. Hey, Laurie, how you going? Thanks for joining. And I'm going to pop that one up. So these are dimensionals. They come in a pack of 300. So we have quite a few. They have, they're like a little bit of foam that they have, and it's fantastic for popping up and getting some 3D dimension on your card. So I'm just going to remove those backings. And then I'm going to pop that onto my card. And I'm going to pop it probably down around about here. So like that. Okay. And then with my best wishes, I'm just going to pop my best wishes down there. So I'm just going to use some of my seal. This is a tape runner glue that we have, and I'm just going to run a little bit of seal just on the back of that sentiment label. Just like that. And then that will be great to be able to then pop onto my card like this. Okay. And then we're going to grab our gorgeous rhinestones that we have in a pack. And I'm going to take some rhinestones and pop them on the front of my cards. So we have all different sizes in our rhinestones, which is fantastic. And you've got lots of rhinestones there, so it will keep you busy for quite a while. I'm just going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I think this one's the one that has the putty that's just about out. Although it may have a little bit in it. Okay, so our Take Your Pick tool is fantastic for being able to pick up our rhinestones like so and be able to place them around. Now, I always place rhinestones in a series of 3 and in a triangle shape. It's just more pleasing to the eye. But can you see that that just adds a little bit of bling to our card, but just gives it a little bit more oomph. Now, I would always, and this is me, but it's up to you, I would always pop an insert inside. So I'm actually going to stamp that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it with that, that beautiful flower stamp. I'm just going to get another block out because I, as I said, I can't stand having to use just like the same block. But when you're starting out, it's totally okay to do that. You just found me. Oh, no, notice, Laurie, have you clicked the bell, the little tiny bell next to the subscription, next to the subscribe button? There's a little bell. If you click that bell and make sure that bell is on, you should get notified that I'm on. So I'm then going to just straddle that into that corner. And you can see then that's bringing a little bit of the front of the card to the inside of the card. So this is basic stamping. This is any level. Any person that is just starting out would be able to create this card. And that was my whole aim, was to, Heather's saying, I had a critter dig up my yard. I'm cranky, probably raccoons. Oh, Heather. Hey, Susan, thanks for jumping on. Yes, I hope you're staying healthy down there in Victoria as well, Susan. All right, so now I'm just going to use my seal on here when I can get it started there. Okay, so seal, and the one thing with seal is to make sure that you pop it up at a right angle and cut it off. Okay, so it's really good to use, and that way it's ready to go the next time. Sometimes it's not, and you just got to move it on a little bit with your hand. So I'm then just going to line this card insert up. Now, this card insert is 3 3/4 by 5.5. So it's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card front sides. And that gives me an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around on the insert of my card. And I just find that an 1/8 of an inch is just a nice border to give you some color around your white insert. So there we have my first card using both sets. So I'm actually going to do another card now because I want to step it up a little bit. So when you get into crafting and you start getting a little bit more, my nails look pretty, Elena, thank you. When you start getting a little bit more into crafting, you will start to step up your cards a little bit. So I want to do a little bit of a more stepped up version. So we're going to probably still use our Coastal Cabana base. So once again, cut at 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. And I'm going to use my bone folder to fold that card base in half. I'm then going to, with this leftover piece of Bermuda Bay, I'm actually going to cut that into a card layer size for the front. So I'm actually going to do that one at 5.5 inches, which it already is, by 3 3/4. And that's going to give me a great card front there like that. Okay, and then I'm actually going to bring in, I've got some Whisper White layers here, but I'll have to cut them down to go onto that front layer. So now a little tip that I do to get just a really small border, I go down an 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this size here, you will see is at 3 3/4 by 5.5. I'm going to go down to 3 5/8. So I'm going to take just a slither off this side here. And I'm also going to do the same thing. And that trimmer, I need to get rid of that. It needs a new blade. I'm going to try the other trimmer I have sitting here. So we're not getting horrible furry edges. But anyway, I'm getting furry edges because my blade needed to be changed. Okay, and then we've got 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to go to 5 3/8 of an inch. So I went from 3 3/4, I went down 1/8 of an inch. So it's 2 of those little strokes. Okay, so it's 3 5/8, and then I'm going to 5 3/8. Okay, now I'm actually going to do a little bit of coloring on this one. So I'm going to do a similar card to what I've already done, but I'm going to do a bit of coloring on this one. And one of the things that I like to do is, instead of stamping with our Memento Black, which is what is designed to go with our blends, I'm actually going to use our basic grey. So one of the hints is we can use any of our normal ink pads when we're coloring with our blends, because we need to use a water-based ink because our blends are alcohol-based. So I'm actually going to use my basic grey, and I'm going to use a series. I might actually use the other flower, so I might mount that one up and use it. We may as well. Why not? It's a larger flower for me to colour. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to show you how to mount those stickers again. So you pull off that and you pull off that. And I've already pulled the backing off that one, and we line it up over the top and stick it down. And then we are good to go. All right. So I'm just going to mount that onto my block. So the stickers are great because they don't come off the block. So our new cling mount stickers are fantastic. So I'm actually going to bring in my scrap piece of paper once again. And I'm actually going to ink up with my basic grey ink pad. All right. You're watching me, Susan, from Grass Valley in California. Well, welcome. All right, so I'm actually going to just stamp this flower just there in that bottom corner. And I'm going to ink it up again with my basic grey, and I'm going to stamp it up in that top corner as well. So this is just showing you a little bit of a more stepped up version. Okay, so just like that. So we have that. So now we are good to be able to now go in with our blends and colour. So what I think I might do is use, what have I got? We've got Bermuda Bay. Do we want to do a Bermuda Bay coloured? Actually, to tell you the truth, I think I'm going to do Rococo Rose and Soft Sea Foam. Okay. So I'm actually going to use our Rococo Rose, which is a really, really nice dusty pink. And I'm just going to load up my flower just with the light Rococo Rose. Now I'm using the brush tip end, and I'm being very, very light-handed with it. So one of the tips about using our brush tip end is it's a very delicate end. So you don't need to press hard. You just more or less need to treat it like it's a paintbrush, like you're actually painting the color on. Now, our alcohol blends will actually like bleed through your cardstock. So don't think when you turn it over, oh my Lord, that's bled through the cardstock. It shouldn't have done that, because it's totally okay to do that. It's their alcohol base. They will do that. And it's totally okay, because it will actually be hidden in behind the workings of our card. So we're not going to see it. But if you were doing just a straight card base and you wanted to color on the inside of your card, then yes, by all means, it blends will definitely bleed through. So you don't actually want that to happen. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to do a little bit of shading just around the edges of the petals, because the petals will be overlapping each other, and that will be giving a bit more of a shaded look. Okay, so in here and there. And you don't have to be too particular in how you do this, because the blends make us look fantastic. They really do. And I'm just, I think that's about all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go back in. Sorry, there's a bit there that I need to do. And then I'm going to go back in with my light, and I'm just going to do, with the bullet tip end, circular motions just in over where I've put those dark areas. And that's going to give us a really nice blended flower with a bit of, it shows a bit of dimension because it's got those darker shaded areas. And you will see that as the time goes on, load it up with a little bit of ink to get them to blend in really nicely. And you will see over a bit of time that then just all blends together, and it looks really, really nice that we've got like a multicolored flower. I need a little bit more dark just in that center part, because of course it's going to look a lot darker in the center. And then I'll go back over with my light again. Hey, Linda, how you going? Hey, Heather. Hubby is watching on time to go on, watching CNN. So time to go on YouTube, you think, Heather? Sounds like a great idea. Well, I'm glad that I'm the choice that you're watching. So, all right. So then I'm going to go through with my soft seafoam and just do my leaves. And need to do those little stems. And then with my, I'm just going to use the light on these little buds. Bring that up a little bit closer so you can see. So you can see that there's a bit of shading there. The soft seafoam is really nice and light, so it's not too overpowering, which I think is great. So I'll go through now and I'll do the second one. So you can see there wasn't much to that coloring. So don't be scared. Like, don't be scared to try the blends. Like, they are fantastic because, as I said, they make us look like we're professionals. And we all learned how to color. We've all been to kindergarten, or I don't know what it's called, maybe prep school or something over there overseas, but we've all been there. We all know what it's like to color. So our blends just help us look a little bit more like we're experts at it. And I used to steer away from a lot of flowered stamped images for the simple fact that it scared me, because I was like, oh, I don't know how I can get color on there. Where now that we've got the blends, I love them. I'm like forever wanting to go for the lined images so that I can actually, yeah, get to coloring. So once again, just going around where those petals are sitting over each other that would be a bit shaded. And then I'm just going to go back in. You gave a thumbs up. Thank you. Then I'm just going to go back in with my light, and I'm going to go over those darker bits there and just circular motions and get them to blend. I know when you sort of first look at it, you think that's not going to blend. There's no way that's going to blend, but it does. Like the alcohol just spreads the ink and it blends it really, really nicely. Type into the comments and let me know if you love your blends, or if you haven't tried blends but you think you might give it a go. Type into the comments and let me know whether you actually have some blends, some Stampin' Up! Blends, and what you think of them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back in now with my soft sea foam and do my leaves. But even if you were a brand new crafter, you can do this. That's what I'm saying. It's just coloring. It's no different to when we were at school coloring in our coloring in books. That's exactly how I treat it. It's just like coloring in the coloring in books. You don't actually physically have to do the light and dark shades if you don't want to. You could actually just do it with the one color. It's total preference, whatever you want to do. I'm just now going to go back through and put a bit of darker soft sea foam just in those leaves, and that just adds a little bit more dimension to the leaves. Okay, so Cindy says, I don't have any. What's the best first colors to go? So Cindy, it just depends on what you're thinking of coloring. So if you're thinking of doing some flowers, then I suggest you get one nice color, like maybe a pink. So the Rococo Rose would be great for flowers. And then get a green. And I use soft sea foam a lot because I do a lot of pastel colored flowers, but Old Olive is another good green, and maybe a blue and a yellow. I find that those core colors are probably what I use the most. And then you can build on your collection, because with our blends, you can buy them in just the duo packs. So the duo pack is you get a light and a dark. And they're like, I don't know, there's been many other coloring pens out there on the market. And I feel like you needed a uni education to be able to know what color to use. Ours are simple, light and dark. It's really not that hard, light and dark. Tony says she loves working with the blends. Yeah. It's that they're fantastic. So Linda says she loves the blends. Doris says she loves the blends. Christine says she loves the blends. She has them all. Yeah, I agree. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we now have some beautiful colored flowers there. Now in this stamp set, there is these cute little, if I can find my stamp set, where did I put it? Here. The cute little dots. So I'm going to grab that out. And I'm going to grab my sticker sheet once again. So I'll pull the backing off that one. And I will pop this one on just here. So stay with me till the end, because I probably think I might have a giveaway that I might like to give away to somebody today. I can only give away to somebody in Australia, so I need people in Australia to type in what state they live in, if they're a first-time crafter, and what state they live in, or if you've been crafting for a fair while. So I'm just going to go through now with my grey ink, my basic grey, and I'm just going to add some of these cute little dots around. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm actually going to pop that onto my card. So I'm going to pop it up on, first of all, I'm going to glue that with my seal. Janet says, I don't have any blends yet, making do with ink, water, and aqua painter. Yes, that's another way. New South Wales demonstrator 10%er. What does 10%er mean, Jeanette? Okay. All right. So I'm going to line that up and I'm going to glue that down onto that Bermuda Bay layer. And then I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Does 10%er mean that you have 10% of the blends? Okay. So I'm just going to pop that up onto dimensionals. Hey, Geraldine, thanks for popping in. I'm just going to take the backings off those. You get, oh yeah, just for the discount. Yep. Yep. And you know what, Janet, that is actually the great thing about joining Stampin' Up is you can join just for the discount, totally just for the discount. And I'm positive that that is what we all did in the beginning, I'm telling you. All right, so, and I just smudged that, but that's okay. I'm going to show you what you can do if you smudge your card because I've just smudged that. I must have had, oh, I do. I have ink on my finger. But that's okay. We've got it covered. All right. So I'm now going to stamp a sentiment. So I think what I want to do is, actually, you know what? I'm going to stamp that. I know you have the strength to get through this. I have a beautiful friend of mine who is not well. She's been a friend of our family's for many, many years. And I want to send her a card. She's battling with some really bad medical issues at the moment. And my thoughts are really with her. I so want to send her a beautiful card just to make her day a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to do that, and I'm actually going to stamp it in, I think, my basic grey. And I'm probably going to use one of my punches to punch this out. That one there. I know you have the strength to get through this. And I should have put my pierce mat under that. You can all give me a rap over the knuckles for not doing that. Okay. Will 1 3/4 inch do it? Yes, it will. Don't go mad on me for doing this. We do not have these punches anymore, but I'm sure you can pick them up secondhand somewhere. Okay, and I might do a different size one. So that's 1 3/4 inch. Going to do 2 inches. And I might do that one in Coastal Cabana, I think. That one. And that and that. Yes, that's looking quite good. All right, so I'm going to pop that up onto dimensionals. You all know me. I love my dimensionals. I love dimension in a card. You like to stamp and punch the butterfly to cover your mistakes. Great idea, Elena. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that up there like that. I'm going to pop it onto more dimensionals because why not? Because we can. Okay, just going to pop that down there like that. It's okay. I've got it covered. What do you think the basic rhinestones are for? It's a smudge just there, and I'm going to cover that right there like that. Look at that. All done. Never would you know that that little mistake was there. And there. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that a really cute card, but it's simple. So now what we'll do is we'll do the insert for the card. So I want to do, I need my pierce mat. I need my scrap piece of paper that I put where? I have no, oh, there it is there. Okay, so scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to pop it under here, and I'm going to grab my stamp that I had there. I know you think it looks really neat what's happening here, but beside me is like a bomb's hit. Thank you, Rose. Rose said, my card is beautiful. All right, so then I'm going to stamp here in this corner one of these beautiful flowers like that. And we'll do a little bit more colouring. So we'll bring in our blends again. Okay, so light all over. Oh, brush tip end. Rose and I have been chatting away this morning after our Leaders Summit, chatting away about all our plans that we have. It's going to be a big brand new year come October for Stampin' Up. So it's really, really fun. Stampin' Up spoil you so much. Like, and it was the event that we were at was for, it was a leaders convention. And we're all supposed to be over in New Orleans, but they, because of the, you know what, we had to do it virtually, but wow, Stampin' Up put on such a show. It was so good. So we had 3 action-packed days. So I was up at 3:15 a.m. 3 mornings in a row. And I was actually privileged to be asked to do a presentation. So I did a presentation on the very first day. They asked me to do a presentation about what I think has been successful in my business. And I talked about my live videos and how I love spending the time with everybody doing my live videos, and how it's great to build like a crafting community through your videos. And so I was pretty privileged to be able to do that. I was pretty nervous, mind you. You probably think that I wouldn't get nervous, but I can tell you, when I was talking globally to people all over the world, yeah, it's a tad nerve-wracking. So and I was privileged enough to have actually Shelley Gardner, the founder of Stampin' Up, to actually introduce me for my talk. So that was even a little bit more nerve-wracking, knowing that Shelley was actually introducing me. But it was a super, super fun event. 2 crafters from the same state watching in another country. Okay, so now I've done it with my dark there to accentuate where I want the shading. I'm going to go back over now with my light and blend those in. So that's how our blends work. We either go, we either put the dark down first and then go over with our light, or we put the light down first. I like to put the light down to create a bit of a base with my coloring. And then when we want to blend the 2 colors together, so what you're doing is just blending the line where the 2 colors meet. So where the light and the dark meet. And that's as simple as it is. And as I said, Stampin' Up do a lot of the hard work for us and show us where to shade anyway. So it makes our job a lot easier. Stampers have no borders. Exactly, Rose. That is so, so true, isn't it? I can tell you we have, I've met so many people during my time with Stampin' Up. I've only been with Stampin' Up for 4 years, but wow, the crafting people that I have met all over the world. And you all know that Rose and I are very good friends. Rose and I met on our Greece incentive trip last year. Sadly, we couldn't go on our incentive trip this year. We were supposed to be going to catch up again in Maui. And the reason why we're all sad about not being able to go on our incentive trips is that we don't get to spend time with our awesome friends from all over the world. And it's our only chance that we get to speak to each other in person. So And even the Leaders Summit event that we're at on the weekend, it would have been so good to be able to be there in person. But in these times, we do what we can and we get by with what we can do. So I'm just putting a little bit of the dark now through that vein, and I'm not actually going to blend that in because our soft seafoam is so light that you can hardly see where the dark is there anyway. So I'm actually not going to blend that in because the blends will just do the job anyway. And then I'll just color that one with my light Rococo Rose, the buds. Now, is there another stamp? I know you have the strength to get through this. I think I might say, and I'll be right by your side. That sounds really good as well. Where did my stamp set go again? Oh, there it is, under the card. Okay, and I'll be right by your side. I think that sounds wonderful. So I'll pop that on there. I'll ink that up with my basic grey. So this stamp is out of the Queen Anne's lace stamp set. So I'm really thinking that, I mean, this is the first time I've used this stamp set. So I'm really thinking it's actually going to be a very versatile, beautiful stamp set. So I've combined the two stamps together, which has been quite interesting to do. All right, so now I'm going to, with my snail, so you can see there where it bleeds through, and that's totally okay. That's what it does. But you're not going to see it because it's going to be stuck down onto the inside of my card and you won't see it. So just like so. All right. So there you have my second card. So you can see that these two stamp sets are going to be a great staple in the mat. Yes, I know. Don't forget the Pierce mat, Kerry. I know. I tell everybody use the mat, and look at you. You're all saying it. I didn't look at the things, but it's okay. I stamped pretty well anyway. It's pretty perfect. So I can't complain in that respect. It's so funny. I know we tell everybody do this, do that, and then we forget to do it ourselves. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you exactly how to actually get onto my website and to be able to find how to join my team. So just bear with me and I will show you where to find it. So what you need to do is just go into, just do a Google search. So stampingwithdonnag.com, like I show in my little desk. And then you will come to this, which is my website. So when you come to my website, it's really, really easy to find where to click the join. Now, this special doesn't start until tomorrow. So remember, it's not happening until tomorrow. So you can't do this until tomorrow. But you'll see across the top here, so you'll see my name. So it's really, really important. Now, the only people that can join my team are the people that live in Australia. So you'll see my name, and then you will see across the top here, it'll say about, host, join, events, specials, and shop now. So if you want to look at what you want to put into your starter kit, then by all means, go to the shop now tab. But if you actually want to join my team, what you do is you click on that join button, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is. It tells you then when you scroll down, it tells you that you will get a 20 to 25% discount. So these are the benefits. You can get a 20 to 25% discount. You will go to 25% discount by just buying and promoting to the bronze elite level. You start at bronze. You could earn additional income based on your sales and recruiting. Just how much extra income is up to you. So if you have a couple of friends that wanted to buy some products from you, you will earn a little bit of commission from their sales. You can set your own schedule. You can put in as much or as little as you like. So you don't have to run it as a business. You can get support through online training resources, quarterly magazine, which we don't have anymore. So that should be taken out of there. And Demonstrator's only online community with thousands of projects. So we have a place called Demonstrator Planning Place. So, so it's a great time to be joining, and that place is a great place to get some inspiration, as well as my team page, because my Wild Heart Crafters team, I'm telling you, you will get really inspired in my team page. One of the bonuses of being a part of my team is you get all of my online class videos plus my Stamps Club videos for free. That's what happens when you become part of my team. And all you need to do to access that and access the group is to place your first demonstrator order after your starter kit, and you will get access to all of my videos and to our team page. You get support online. You get access to regular promotions, giving you an opportunity to contact customers. So any promotion that customers get, we get as well. You get an opportunity to earn incentive trips. Out of 4 years, I've earned 3 incentive trips, but I work very hard. It's not something that if you join Stampin' Up that you're going to naturally earn an incentive trip. It takes a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work to earn an incentive trip. They're not just given to us. So we work hard. Isn't that true, Rose? We work so hard to earn these incentive trips. You also get a chance to learn creative tips and techniques, share ideas, and come into contact with new friends who love paper crafting just as much as you do. So then it has here, becoming a member of my team is easy. Just follow these steps. So you click on the join me, and then step 2, the fun part, you click and you purchase your starter kit. So when you click on join now, when it first comes up, you'll come up with the IDA agreement. So the IDA agreement is just saying that you agree to Stampin' Up's rules, which means you agree that everything is copyright to Stampin' Up, that if you're going to sell any of their Stampin' Up products, that you're going to put the copyright Stampin' Up stamp on them. So you click both of those boxes, like I acknowledge, and the agreement is saying that you're going to sign up on this day, and then you press the continue button. So when you press the continue button, it now says choose your starter kit value. So you click on that little button, see that little circle that's up here? You click on that to select it. Then it says, do you have Stampin' Rewards starter kit code? Unless you've held a Stampin' Up workshop party with me and you've got Stampin' Rewards, then no, you don't have a Stampin' Rewards starter kit code. So you just say no, and then you press apply. Now, when you press apply, it says here, choose your free bonus supplies pack, business supplies pack. A lot of people think, no, I'm not going to choose that because why would I need that? Please, please choose that because you get a pack of catalogs and things when you choose that. So I would say yes, it doesn't cost you anything. It's $80 in value. It doesn't cost you anything. When you click that, then you get to here where it says build your starter kit. So you can actually search for products. So you can see here that you can go through, you can see the pictures, you can search for the products, and you can add them to your cart. Down here, it tells you $235 worth of product is what you're going to do. Every time you add something, so if I add that, watch when I add this posted for you bundle. When I add that, it will then show you that now there's $180.25. When I add this one here, it will then show you that I have $99.25 left. I might add that one. I now have 62 left. I might add that one again. I don't know why I would want to buy 2, but I may have that one again. And then it says that I've got $7.50 left. Now, I think the thing that I would most probably buy with $7.50, which I'm trying to see if when we get towards the back that we start to get into the adhesives. We've got scissors and things. Let me see, come on. Or we can just type in here dimensionals, because dimensionals are worth, sorry, search. Okay, so we have dimensionals here. They're worth, what have I got left? $7.50. No, I'm going to do Tombow. liquid. So I'm just going to type in liquid because Tombow is there we go. Tombow is multi-purpose glue is $7. So I've now got 50 cents remaining. We're not allowed to go over the amount, but we can stay on the dot. We can be a little bit under, but we have to only go to the $235 and continue. What will actually happen, and then you go to put your name in. The one thing that you've got to do is when it comes to your home phone number, putting a home phone number in. Can you see these little squares, these little crosses here? You have to put your phone number in this format. Now, this is a lot of the time when people get to this stage, they get stuck. They put their name and everything in. When they come to their phone number, it won't accept their phone number. You have to put it in. So I'm going to put my phone number in there, and you have to do a space, 2172 space 5015. So when I do that, can you see it gives me a tick and it puts the phone number in there? I've had to put a space in after the second number. Then you do another 4 numbers and a space and another 4 numbers, and it will accept your phone number. If you do not put it in there, it will keep saying that it won't accept your phone number. You've got to put those spaces in. That's why it tells you the format here of what to put in as the phone number. And then you just go through everything. You don't have to put a driver's license in. You don't have to register for GST. You don't have to have an ABN number. And then you press continue. And when you press continue, it will then go into putting your credit card details in, and you pop your credit card details in and press submit. Now, what will actually be different tomorrow is when you get to the beginning of those steps, when you get to purchasing your starter kit, it will actually ask you, it will probably have a prompt saying, collect your free items. There'll be something, it will actually come up, but I can help you with that. If you have any questions, I can totally help you with that. You can give me a call. I can walk you through it. If you're not good at computers, you can give me a call and we can do it over the phone. It's totally okay. We can do that as well. So it is so worth it. And our new die cut and emboss machine. Yes, Rose has just had a great point there. Our brand new die cutting machine, which I have here. This one here, I'll fold it up. This one, a new die cutting and emboss machine. You can add that to your starter kit, and it's pretty heavy. We have free postage on our starter kit. So I'm telling you, if you have craft supplies or you love buying craft supplies, I think you need to join my Wild Heart Crafters team, and I would love to have you. So you get a lot of support. We do, in our team page, we do fortnightly challenges. We have monthly team meetings where we do craft make and takes, and we do a little bit of business and a little bit of recognition at the beginning of the meeting, and then we all sit together and we craft. Actually, next week we're having a paper pumpkin night. So we're doing the paper pumpkin kit. We're actually this week it is. We're actually going to be crafting on Thursday night, just all getting together and doing the paper pumpkin kit, and we're actually going to do some alternate projects, so that will be fun. If you join my team tomorrow, you can definitely participate in that. You may not have your paper pumpkin kit by then, but you can definitely come and join us, and it's done via Zoom, and it will be streamed back into the Facebook page for the people that don't like getting onto Zoom. They still get to watch the meeting and everything through a live Facebook video as well. So there's many reasons of why you want to join Stampin' Up, and people join for all different reasons. And it's one of those things. You either purchase products at full price, our Stampin' Up products at full price, full retail price, or you join and you get a discount. So you can buy one of two ways: pay full price or get 20% discount. So to me, it's like, if a shop said to me, I'm going to give you a discount for being a loyalty shopper and you shop here, I would be there straight away. I would be there. They actually reward you for shopping with them. So, and there's nothing to be scared of as far as if you don't make the quarterly amount. So one of the biggest questions is, how much is the quarterly amount, and how much do I have to spend? So we have to spend, it's what they call 300 CSV. It gets confusing. It's not $300. In America, yes, it is $300, but for us, it's a little bit different. It equates to $467. So it's to do with our dollar being of the same value all over the world, because this is a global company, but because it comes from America originally, that's why they work on CSV. And you'll find that any companies work on CSV. It's always to do with sorry, I've just got someone at my door. I'll just grab the door. I'm just doing a live video. I'll be right with you. And so it works out $467, and it works out about $157 per month that you have to spend. So it's actually not a lot of money. It's probably like a bundle and a little bit of cardstock. And Ruth has just arrived, and Ruth is one of my team members. So say hello, Ruth. Hello. Ruth's just come to visit. So it is a no-brainer, Jeanette. Exactly, total no-brainer. So if you're watching this back later on, please feel free to comment, send me an email. It's best that you send me an email at bejeweled01@gmail.com, or actually call me on my mobile phone number, which is 0421725015. If you have any other questions, feel free to ring me. I'm happy to answer any questions and explain something that you don't understand. So until next time, everybody, happy crafting and enjoy your day. Bye for now. Oh yeah, sorry. Janet just said it's per sorry about that. It's $156 per month. It's $467 per quarter. So $467 is the total amount that you need to spend every 3 months to keep yourself current. So it's $156 per month and $467 per quarter. So for every 3 months, you've got to spend the $467 in total. If you break it down to monthly payments, it's only $156 per month. Okay, so have a good day, everybody, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.